presentation is about the IC number 8255 Programmable Peripheral Interface. '8255 is a general purpose peripheral interface which is abbreviated as PPI. By programmable, we mean that the ports of 8255 can be configured as either input or output or both depending on the application. So the change or the functionality change from input to output will be done through software instructions, and that is what we mean by programmable. And the major applications through which the 8255 can be interfaced is for connecting the keyboards, the analog to digital converters, digital to analog converters, 7-segment LEDs, and so on. And 8255 is designed by Intel, and this can be interfaced with many type of microprocessors and microcontrollers. A microcontroller is an all-in-one chip, like how we say microprocessor is an all-in-one CPU. A microcontroller is an all-in-one chip. The note side has got more information about microcontrollers. Basically, a microcontroller is the CPU, the ROM, the RAM, and the various control logics needed are all integrated into a single chip. So these are application specific. If you want to look for an example, just think of the IC that is present in the washing machines. That is a microcontroller, which means all the operations related to that particular washing machine will be controlled by that single chip. So it has all the logic, so a buzzer, a timer, and a loader, everything will be in the same chip. Such a specific application specific chip is a microcontroller. Another example, common example that we come across every day, that is a traffic light controller. That is all microcontroller based. So let's get back to 8255. 8255 is a 40-pin dual in-line pin package IC, and this device has got 8-bit ports of 3 numbers, and they are named as port A, port B, and port C. So port A and port B are together, it is viewed, and it is together in the sense like it is viewed independently, but then they are altogether 8-bit ports. Whereas port C is, it can be viewed as 2 4-bit ports. You are dividing port C as 2 portions, like the upper portions pins from 4 to 7, and the lower portion of the port C pins from 0 to 3. And all these ports can be used as input or output by programming them suitably. That is why we initially itself we gave the name Programmable Peripheral Interface. And the 3 ports are further divided into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Group A is comprised of port A and port C upper nibbles, and Group B is comprised of port B and port C lower nibble. This diagram gives you the functional viewpoint of 8255. We just mentioned it has got 3 ports, port A, port B, and port C upper and lower. And we can see that the address line, the lines related, that is the interface lines, address, control data, and those things, they are 8-bit. So like PA 0 to 7, that is port A, PB 7 to 0, that is 0 to 7 or 7 to 0, any convention we can follow, that is port B signals. And port C is divided into 2 portions, port C 4 to 7 and port C 0 to 3. And on the left hand and the right hand side signals, they are interfacing with the IO devices. So To these signals, any I/O device may be connected, like a keyboard or a 7-segment LED or an A to D converter or D to A converter and things like that. So that device will be interfaced to the microprocessor through the 8255. And on the left hand side you have the microprocessor specific signals. So the device interface will be getting into these ports, and the signals are the data, and those things will be reaching this any of these port as the configuration may be, and then they will be reaching the microprocessor with the help of the signals on the side. We have just collectively given them as a functional diagram. This particular figure gives you the actual pin configuration. So like any IC, we have the power supply pins VCC and ground, and the port A signals, port B signals, port C signals, and the data lines. Then the read write lines, whether you want to read, if it is an input port, CPU will be reading. If it is an output port configuration, CPU will be writing. So the control signals, read bar, write bar, and then the chip select, because there may be many such type of ICs on the motherboard. At what situation which device interface is activated, that has been identified by chip select. And then a reset signal, which is when there is a power on reset on the motherboard, or independently this chip needs to be reset on its own, we use the resets input. And the address lines, we can just go through the signals. You can see pin numbers 9 and 10 are the address lines A0 and A1. So here it tells you which port is selected, because we have got 3 ports and we should know which port needs to be selected at this instant of time. So by the combination of the address lines A1 and A0, it is identified which port is being selected. If both of them are 0, port A, 0 and 1, port B, 1, 0, port C, and 1, 1, the control port. So through the control port, a control word is being specified for the 8255 to operate it on which mode, whether it is an input mode or an output mode. All those configurations can be done through the control port information. This diagram actually gives you the architectural viewpoint. So how the interface is actually being done. This is just an enhancement of the functional diagram we have seen. So here each of in the functional diagram we have collectively seen the signals. In the pin configuration we have seen independent pins and their signal numbers, and in the architectural diagram what are the logics present and what are the signals related to each logic. So if you just refer back with these 3 diagrams, you will be able to understand what an architectural diagram. So as the name tells, here you have got the left hand side. If you take on the microprocessor side, we can see like the data bus buffer, the power supply signals, the read write control logic, and then the various type of configuration of the port, group A port, group B port, and their related operations, miscellaneous, like which part of port C is combined with which group, and all those information are clearly indicated. This slide actually gives you the various operating modes of 8255. There are 2 main operational modes of 8255. One is input output mode and the other is bit set or reset mode, which is abbreviated as BSR. In the input output mode, we again have 3 types of modes, mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. How do you differentiate between these 2 modes? Whether the 8255 is currently operating in IO mode or BSR mode will be identified by the MSB bit of control word. So the control word is again, it is an 8-bit register. The MSB bit, if it is 1, PPA is working in IO mode. If the MSB is 0, PPA works in BSR mode. So let's just check what these modes mode 0, 1 and 2 indicate in IO mode. The mode 0 is a simple IO mode or it is a basic IO mode. In this, all three ports can work as the basic input or output function. So these three can be configured as IO ports, and this is what is a straightforward, and this mode is mode 0 of IO mode. And mode 1 is handshake IO or strobed IO. During the data transfer operations, the data transfer is being done either through programmed IO, interrupt driven IO or DMA mode of data transfer. So in case of programmed IO, either the device is informing that it needs to send the data, that is through interrupt. Whereas the CPU is checking. In case of asynchronous mode of transfer, the CPU will be constantly polling the device and it will be checking. Or it might be checking, and then when the device is ready, it will be sending back the signal saying that I'm ready. So that is a handshaking. So the shaking of hands or the exchange of signals between the CPU and the device is the handshaking mode. So in mode 1, the port A or port B can work as a simple input port or an IO port. And port C bits are used for handshake signals before actual data transmission. So the CPU will be checking through the port C bits whether the device is ready, and the device, when it is ready, it will inform through the port C bits. And this particular mode supports interrupt handling facility also, so that the device, when it wants to do the data transfer, it might raise an interrupt through the 8255, which is operating in mode 1. As an example, like consider the communication between a printer and the CPU. So the speed of both of them do not coincide. In the sense, CPU is working at a faster pace and printer is not that fast as per the convention of the CPU. So the actual data transfer, it needs to be done in a handshaking mode. Otherwise, the CPU's time will be wasted very much. So a synchronization, as a part of the synchronization, CPU is checking with the strobe, and the printer, when it is ready, it is sending an ACK, that is an acknowledgement. The next mode is mode 2, bidirectional data bus mode. This mode is generally very rarely used, and here only the port A works, and port B is either mode 0 or mode 1, or it is not being used at all, and port C bits are used for handshaking signals. And this mode has also an interrupt handling capacity. So how do you program to make it to which mode? Earlier itself we mentioned that it is by writing a control word in the control register. Consider that the bit D7, that is the MSB bit of control register, is set to 1. Then the when the 8255 is operating in mode as IO mode. So here the bits D5 and D6 indicate the mode selection of port A. That is, if 00 combination is 00, it is mode 0. 01, the combination gives you mode 1 operation. 10, it is mode 2 operation. Likewise, IO function of port A is indicated by the bit D4. Port C upper, it will indicated by D3. Likewise, each of these ports, how are they being configured, is given by the input that you are giving in the control register in IO mode. This diagram gives the control register pattern for the BSR mode. Here port C bits are used for set or reset. The MSB bits is like D7 bit is 0, then the IC works in BSR mode, and the bit D0, it is for setting or resetting a specific operation so that the IC can start or lower or whatever it is. So this is what is a bit set reset, and normally during the interface with 7-segment display you might be glowing a pattern which segments are to be lit or which segments are to be not to be lit. So in this case the set or reset bit will be helping for that. Similarly, during the keyboard interface there are some LED indicators, like you have the num lock, caps lock. Those are toggle switches. One time you press it, it is on. The next time you press the same key, it is off. So the setting or resetting of that particular particular combinations is being identified by the D0 bit in the bit reset mode. Okay, and altogether we have seen like an 8255 is a programmable peripheral interface in which the operations or the functionalities can be set either as input or output. The same port at any time it can be reversed also through the control word that is written in the control register, and basically it has got 3 ports, port A, B and C, which is viewed in 2 portions like upper and lower, and the various interfacing signals with the microprocessor as well as with the device on the other side, and the different modes of operations like BSR mode or IO mode, and the details related to every other mode that also we have seen. And as such it is a general purpose peripheral interface which is programmable, which is used to interface various type of IO devices or any other specific application devices may be interfaced with generic microprocessors.